Breaking news. World Bank blames federal government as high inflation wasn't poverty. You're welcome to the news. The news details. The World Bank has said the federal government of Nigeria did not take any concerted action towards curbing inflation in 2021, despite inflation shock pushing an estimated 8 million Nigerians below the poverty line. The Washington-based bank said this in the latest edition of its Nigeria Development Update Report 2021. It said, double-digit inflation rates are depressing economic activity and exacerbating poverty. Rising food prices are eroding household purchasing power, and we estimate that during 2020 and 2021, the inflation shock alone pushed about 8 million more Nigerians below the poverty line. We have revised our inflation forecast upwards from our June projection because 1. The inflation rate is declining more slowly than initially expected, and 2. During 2021, the government did not take concerted action to curb inflation. The World Bank warned that without any decisive action, the average inflation rate would not reach the single-digit target of the CBN by the end of 2022. It said, without decisive action, the average inflation rate for 2021 will exceed that for 2020 and will be unlikely to approach the CBN's target range of 6 to 9% by end 2022. The inflation rate has not fallen to 9% since 2014. But in a hypothetical scenario where the inflation rate would have been close to the CBN's goal of 9% in 2020 and 2021, the consumption level of the average Nigeria would have been at least 15% higher today. The CBN had recently projected that the country's inflation rate would drop to single digit in 2022. With the full implementation of its recent policies designed to boost different sectors of the economy. However, a United States-based magazine, Global Finance, agreed with the World Bank, saying the CBN had failed to curb rising inflation and stop the naira from sliding against the dollar. The World Bank said Nigeria might have one of the highest inflation rates globally in 2022, with increasing prices diminishing the welfare of Nigeria households. According to the report, Nigeria is also projected to have the 7th highest inflation rate among sub-Saharan African countries in 2022. The World Bank blames the federal government of Nigeria of having high inflation, which has worsened poverty. Poverty has become the surface of Nigeria, whereby those people who are very poor in Nigeria are more than those who are financially stable. In Nigeria today, a cup of rice is far beyond the rate in which a family can afford, not to talk of one pint. Today, a bag of rice is more than 30,000 naira. And we are expecting people to live on a daily basis. This high inflation has affected Nigeria in one way or the other. Is it the poor masses? Even transport has affected transportation, whereby drivers have decided to add more money to the prices in which they take you to your destination because it has affected petrol. The amount they were buying petrol 7 years ago is not the same amount they are selling petrol now. So, the high inflation, and if care is not taken, is going to be more worse in the year 2022. And the World Bank has said that the CBN, they have failed to curb this rising inflation. Since Naira started sliding against dollar, they should have done something to this. Now Naira has gone far beyond $1 today. Before, we having dollar 160 something to $1, but now we're having over 500 Naira to $1. And you are expecting the masses to live on a daily basis. And day in, day out, we are experiencing different fallout. We are experiencing stealings, people kidnapping just to make money, just to have money. The federal government should do something to this high inflation, making sure that everything come back to normal, everything come back to the way it was before, so that the poor masses will be able to live on whatever they are getting each day. IORWA, Federal Government Agency Coordinator, says 47.2% of Nigerians still live beyond poverty line. How true is this? It is very true. Now, look at the rate in which foodstuffs is being sold today at a high cost, and the poverty is becoming more and more day by day. People could not afford to pay for house rent. People are begging to survive, to eat. The poverty line has crossed 47.2%, if not more than. The National Social Safety Net Coordinating Office, an agency of the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management, Mr. Apera Iruwa, speaks with Sami Olatuji on what the federal government is doing to tackle poverty in the country, among other issues. Said Nigeria has what it takes in terms of human and natural resources to become the strongest economy and financial hub in Africa, and one of the leading economies in the world. However, the country is plagued with problems like high unemployment and an increasing poverty rate. What will you consider as the major issues triggering those problems? Please share your view with us, and don't forget that you can click on the subscribe button and the bell for more notifications of our news. Do have a lovely weekend.